representing Latino Americans for Immigration Reform, which is Lupe Moreno. I don't know how many of you know Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe!
He's also the chairman for Antelope Valley Minutemen. Please welcome Frank George.
Yeah! Frank!
Well, thank you, everybody, and good afternoon. I bring you greetings from illegal alien-occupied California, where you can savor the third world countries just by walking down the street. I do know that we have opposition here today. I like that. You know, you can't have a good ice cream sundae without some chocolate or something on it, and they really spice things up for me. One thing I would like to share with those folks, some of which I think have intermingled with you, is that I was originally born in Cuba. I have family there. And on their behalf, I wish to communicate to all you communists that communism sucks. You have freedom, and you can't get toothpaste, and there is no lidocaine or novocaine when you go to the dentist. My cousin is a dentist, and she let me know all of these things. You know, a few weeks ago, I was watching a movie by Mel Gibson called Apocalypto. None of it is in English, sort of like in Los Angeles, California. None of that is in English anymore either. And one of the things that struck me was a quote that he put right there in the front of the movie as it began. It's a quote by American author William Durant, and it goes like this: "No great civilization is conquered from without until it has destroyed itself from within."
That's right.
I will share with you quite bluntly what my feelings are on what has happened in the United States of America, because this is not the country that I immigrated to legally in 1957 before Castro took over. I do not think that we are losing America, ladies and gentlemen. I think that we have lost it.
Oh.
And that, if anything, we must, by all means necessary, take it back. It was not lost on me that we're next to Philadelphia, and supposedly Rocky Balboa is living someplace out there. But who the hell needs Rocky when you got the sandwich guy right here? Now that's a real Italian stallion. Thank you, Joey. Now you wonder who it is that we have lost the United States to. We have really lost it to the multinational corporations. We have lost it to the Republican Party, which has been purchased like a cheap trinket by the multinational corporations and the Democratic Party. You don't really have anybody representing you anymore. Let's face it, look, the last amnesty was declared in 1986, and one of the most idiotic moves that Ronald Reagan ever made.
Yes.
God bless him for the good things he done, but Ronald, that was really stupid. Even I was shaking my head and saying, my God, this is something that I am going to have to confront. Well, here we are, 21 years later. What are they doing? They're trying to propose another amnesty because they know no other way in which to serve their masters, the multinational corporations and the elitists that really run this government.
Yes.
Let there be no doubt, we are part of the formula of what runs this nation and what runs this government. But it appears that we're negligent in their point of view, because even right now, after that idiot of a president said, see you at the signing. You know what I'm talking about, that hideous bill that he wanted to promote.
There was no signing.
I hear that just a few days ago he signed papers so that the Mexican trucks could roll across the border. And this is who you have representing you.
Why hasn't he been
as
impeached?
a nation? And the gentleman asked a very wonderful question. Why hasn't he been impeached? Because everybody else has been bought out, obviously. That's why. In the 1950s, this would not have played itself out for more than a day.
No.
In the 1960s, I don't think it would have either. But today, in 2007, it is quite common to hear someone as mentally and verbally challenged as George Bush say things like, see you at the signing, because he could give a flying you-know-whats, but about what you and I think or about the future of this nation. If this president will be known for anything, it will be for presiding over an American Holocaust.
Yes.
9,000 Americans killed a year by illegal aliens is not a laughing matter.
Whoa.
And I wish that I could get into the Oval Office with that dick of a president and let him know what I think. The fact is, revolution and civil war are not unknown to the American people. That's why it's great. Revolution occurs when the people overthrow its government or its ruler and no longer desire to be governed by such. We are already in that process, whether you acknowledge it or not. In 2005, when men and women, including myself, I am a man, by the way, went to the borders in Arizona, that was the beginning of a revolution. It was a way of telling government, we have had enough. Incrementally, government ratchets it up. Incrementally, so do we. That is why we are here today. That is why rallies like this are occurring all over the United States of America. A civil war occurs when you can't take it anymore and the bullets begin flying. Let me share with you what I think may happen in these United States of America, because I am convinced that if something does not change, we will dive headlong into a civil war. I have heard this all the way from Alabama to Texas to California. Grandmothers have told me, hey, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready, baby. Let's go. We do not know how the violent phase of this process will begin. Conceivably, maybe one of those who have had one of theirs killed by an illegal alien will utilize their Second Amendment rights to take out the killer, and in addition, take out a politician that made it possible for it to occur. Politicians will respect you. Politicians will acknowledge your power when they see a round flying through their windshield and getting into their flesh. That will get their attention. I'm not advocating violence. It is already here. And you have to acknowledge that. 9,000 Americans killed a year by what? People that aren't supposed to be here, and a government that's playing games? That doesn't cut it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I can only be moved so far back. We are already painted into a corner and we have no place to go. We are already second-class citizens. I want to remind the federal government of a quote by John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and I never have been a Kennedy fan. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. This is your country. Take it back. Thank you.